William's coming back for more Stephen Hawking. Hawking. Can you say Hawking?
Hawking.
Very good. So we got to this part here. Let's get a little closer. Professor Hawking was known to have a unique ability to see through all the clutter in physics and get to the point. He became especially well known for his study of black holes, B-L-A-C-K-H-O-L-E-S, which we saw some interesting looking fake black holes at the Science Center on the weekend, which are places in space that act like vacuums, sucking in matter that gets close. A black hole is created when a star collapses. When that happens, the star loses its size but gains more gravity. This is the gravity, G-R-A-V-I-T-I-Y, that pulls things into the black hole. For a long time, it was thought that all matter that enters a black hole is destroyed. But Hawking made a different discovery. Can you spell vacuum? It's a tricky word. Go. Yes. Yes. Good job. Vacuum with one C and two M's. So what was Stephen Hawking most famous for studying? Go. Oops. B-L. Go. Sit up. Black. Black holes. Black holes. How are black holes created? When? When a star C-O-L. Give me that. And when a star collapses, right? When a star collapses. Using what force do black holes suck matter into them? Oh. How are you going to show everyone my video? Well, I was thinking of putting it on YouTube. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then guess what? You might even see it on your iPad one day. That's a good I thought so. That's a good idea. Yeah. Okay. So with what force do black holes suck matter into them? Sit up. Gravity. Right. And most people thought things that got sucked into a black hole were what? Right. Destroyed. Saying that Professor Hawking could see through the clutter in physics is another way of saying what? What do you think? He didn't focus on nonsense to get to the good. He didn't focus on nonsense to get to the good stuff. I like that. He didn't focus. I'll try to do the same if I ever study astrophysics. And I think that you also have a very good way of doing the same. What do you think? What do you think of your way? I think, sit down. Does everyone see you? I think I am similar to Hawking. Good to know. Good to know. Okay. Okay. When asked what he would like his legacy to be, Legacy, Hawking stated his unexpected discovery that black holes are not completely black was his greatest scientific achievement. Essentially, he discovered that black holes leak tiny amounts of matter and energy. He then turned this insight into a bit of advice. Things can get out of a black hole. So this is what he said. Stephen Hawking said, things can get out of a black hole. So if you feel like you are in a black hole, don't give up. There's a way out. In addition to this work, Hawking has written countless books on space and the universe. His most popular book, A Brief History of Time, was published in 1988, written for the non-scientist in mind. Yeah. It has sold more than 10 million copies, although it has been dubbed the most popular book never read. Meaning a lot of people don't actually read it, but a lot of people bought it. All quipping aside, likely due to Hawking's death, the book has now reclaimed the #1 bestseller spot on Amazon.com. So, what did Stephen Hawking feel his greatest discovery was? A lot about black. A lot about black holes. Sit up straight. Yes. Aren't really black. Black. A lot about black holes. Holes aren't really black. True or false? Everything that gets sucked into a black hole gets destroyed. False. What was the name of Hawking's most popular book? A Brief History. Would you like to read a copy? Would you like to read a copy of that book? No. Always. Always bored by No, always bored by astronomy. Interesting. I didn't know that. I thought you wanted to go to the planetarium on the weekend. Okay, so let's see. What's a legacy? Hold on. Always bored by astronomy. So what's a legacy? Being Can you do it again? Being R. B, C. Recognized. Being recognized. For your Nice. That's a good word. Being recognized for your strengths. Very good. I thought you were going to say for your work, and I was going to say, well, not everybody, but being recognized for your strengths, and that is very good. A little more. Stephen Hawkings shared not too long ago about living with ALS. He said, "It's been a great struggle, which I have got through only with a lot of help from my family, colleagues, and friends. Like many people with communication challenges, Hawking utilized AAC, or Augmentative and Alternative Communication Technology. So do you. This is AAC. As Hawking's condition worsened, the muscles throughout his body began to atrophy. ATR, PHY, waste away, and eventually stop working altogether. This included the muscles required to speak." So Stephen described having ALS as a great what? STR. Struggle. Yeah. Okay. Let's put this here. Struggle. Okay. Oh. I always, let me put this here so people can see you. I always, F-I-E, I always, try again, I always feel a struggle when I try to S-P-E-A. I always feel a struggle when I try to speak. When I try to speak. Yes, I understand. In the acronym AAC, what does one of the A's stand for? What does one of the A's stand for? Assistive. Very good. Okay. Cutie. When muscles atrophy, they do what? What happens to them? They waste. They waste away. Yeah. Besides losing the ability to speak due to muscle atrophy, what else would Stephen lose the ability to do as ALS progressed? Ability to W-O-R-K. The ability to work. Yeah. That's a real shame that he lost his ability to work. In the 1970s, well, there's No, I think we can do it. In the 1970s, Stephen began slurring his speech. By 1985, he lost the ability to speak altogether. At that point, he relied on a handheld clicker to help choose his words. Oh, that's how it works. A handheld clicker to help choose his words via a computer program, which would then read aloud what he had clicked on. Later, when he lost the use of his hands, Hawking adapted and learned to use an infrared switch, INFRARED, attached to his eyeglasses. This switch would detect movement he made with his cheek. Those movements would start or stop the cursor, which was scanning a keyboard on a computer screen. That's amazing. I can't even imagine this. Once Stephen selected the first few characters of a word, the computer used the word prediction to finish the word for him. Finally, his speech synthesizer, SYNTHESIZER, would read aloud his completed sentences. This made it possible for Hawking to form full sentences without using his voice and to communicate all of his wisdom, knowledge, and insights with the world. An obituary published a couple weeks ago concluded by saying that Hawking once wrote that ALS had not stopped him having an attractive family and being successful in his work. It shows, he said, that one need not lose hope. ALS didn't stop Stephen Hawking from enjoying a full life. What was his advice? One need not lose hope, right? Compare your experience learning to use spelling to communicate with Stephen Hawking's learning his AAC. How was your learning curve or your acquisition phase compared to the one Stephen had to go through? Should be interesting. My LEARNIN, my learning, CUR, my learning curve was harder. BECA, because I had never had. Hold on. Was harder because I had never had skills to So I've never had skills to communicate in any CAPACI capacity before S-T-O-W-S-2-C, spelling to communicate. BEF, go sit up. O, before. Never I did, never I did, A-L-W-A-Y, never did I always, I am a G-I, never did I always imagine I W-O-U-L-D, I would, I-N-T-E-R, I would interest anyone with never did I ever imagine that I would interest anyone with my thoughts. Well, you did. I am T-R-P-A.
No.
Okay, I am, try again, get that out of your hand. I am so H-A-P-P-Y. I am so happy to P-P-W-Q. I am so happy to open up since I am so happy to open up since always a I am so happy to open up since a Okay, always. Yeah, I'm so happy to open up since always. Having to stay silent. Am I done? With am I done with the lesson? Punctuation, punctuation. Am I done with the lesson? Yes, you are. You're fantastic.
Bye bye.
Bye. He was fantastic.